This is 12 weeks to Heartiness, week 8, Tuesday. We're doing week 8, not A. Week 8, Tuesday. We're doing our cardiovascular day. I've got plenty of hydration, a little bit hot where I am on this day while this is being filmed, so I'm going to need the hydration. Want to get ourselves a little bit warmed up, so let's just, I'm going to be swinging my leg like this, okay? Now, if you have a kind of condition that makes this not possible, find another movement that works for you. The idea is to get warmed up, get your legs moving, to get your heart rate up. We're going to spend the first 5 minutes or so of our walk warming up too, but we're getting our muscles ready to go so we can do that. Let's switch sides, get the other leg going, right? Warm up's important though. We don't want to just start off cold. Although if you're pressed for time, you start your walk or you run slow, so you're not hurting anything, you're not straining anything until the muscles are warmed up, the blood is flowing, everything is working like it needs to, and we're ready to go. I'm going to hold on here. I'm going to take my foot out like this, right? Still working, we're kind of working our groin area, because we do use that when we're walking or running, right? Quite a bit. A little bit different movement with our leg out there. Getting it going out there. Let's switch to the other side. Get it going out there. Yes. Okay. Let's swing those arms around. We're going to take them back like we're doing the backstroke. Yeah, here we go. We're swimming like a fish. Getting ourselves going. Now, as you remember, we're going to be using the intervals today. After we do our 5 minutes or so, let's go forward now. 5 minutes or so of warm up. Then we're going to push ourselves for 2 minutes until we get to VT1. That's where we starting to have trouble talking while we're breathing. Or we're having to breathe so much that our words are a little bit harder to come. We have to pause to say things because our breath has gone up. Swing arm back and forth this way. So we do that to where it's hard to talk for about 2 minutes. Then we slow it down for a minute until we can talk well again, and then we push ourselves for 2 minutes at a rate where it's hard to talk, right? We do that, we're going to see amazing things, because what we're going to find is that over time we have to push ourselves a little bit harder to get to VT1. So we're going to be walking a little bit harder, and we may even be tempted to run if all we've been doing is walking, because we're going to find we can walk at a pretty good clip and we never get to VT1. That's a good place to be, and that's what we're working toward. But then we can take it to 3 to 1 if we're able to do that, right? So we push ourselves up to that bit, so it's 3 to 1 with the 1 minute rest period. The secret is eventually you're going to be able to do 30 minutes at a fairly high rate. Don't tell anybody though that that's what's going to happen, because that can be kind of scary. But as you do those intervals and keep progressing them as you're able to, at your pace, don't go beyond what you can do. You're going to find you can go for a long time before you have to slow back down, and you're going to be able to keep your breath going at it at the fastest you can walk. It's going to be amazing as you get there. We're going to take off 5 minutes of warm-up walking, do the intervals. At the end, the last 5 minutes, taper it off to where you're just kind of taking it easy, so you're starting your cool down, and we'll come back and we'll cool down together. See you in a few minutes. 30 minutes, right? Hydration on the way. Great walk. It's fantastic for me. I really appreciate that, and getting the cool down going, getting my breath back to where it needs to be. So much appreciate you encouraging me and getting me doing this. What we want to do is a little bit of stretching. Going to be some of our typical stretches that we've done. So they're going to be familiar to you. I'm going to drop the camera down so you can watch my legs. It's not my face that's stretching, it's my legs and so forth. So I actually want to start, I'm going to start with my ankles, and I'm going to lean back, and it's going to be taking this ankle up and down, right? Up and down. Not really straining it, we're just stretching it out there I didn't mean up and down, I mean stretching. I'm not exercising. My brain needs to get fired in. Stretching that ankle out, holding it out. This is a static stretch. Letting it stretch out there, pointing that toe as best we can. Now let's pull it back as hard as we can. Pulling it back, pulling it back. I'm going to do this a little bit before we switch feet. Do this with the other foot, pulling it back a little bit more. Hold it a little if you can. Hold it just a little more. Okay, just let it go. Other foot now, stretch it out, point that toe out there, straight out. Good point on that toe, pushing it down, good stretch in that leg, good pushing that ankle down as much as we can. Hold it just a little bit more. That's good. Pull it back hard. Bring that toe back almost to your knee if you can. No, I'm joking about that, but you pull it back pretty hard. Getting it back in there, pulling it back in there, pulling it back. Very good, very good. So a little bit of stretching of our lower legs. We're going to cross over, pull that thing up. Good pull on that leg, pulling it up, keeping our self-centered, standing upright. I'm using what I have here at the side to brace myself so I don't tip over. That's pretty crucial that we do that, right? Good pull on that leg, good pull on that leg. When we get down, we're going to switch legs, do the same thing, opposite hand, opposite foot, let it down. Opposite hand, opposite foot, pull that leg up as best you can. Now if you have to put it on a chair or something else, if you can't get it all the way up to your hand, that's fine. Do what you can, do as much of this as you possibly can. Now you can also use a towel, you can use your stretch band to reach down and grab that leg and pull it up. Whatever you need to do, but let's get this leg stretching out. That's what we're working at right here, right now, okay? A little bit more, then we're going to let it down. Just a little bit more. Let it down. Okay, we're going to stand like this. We're going to go out this way, stretching out this leg and kind of pushing over this way, but we're stretching that in out, our leg in through here, getting that stretched out. It's important that we do that. Getting it well stretched. We're well stretched, a little bit more, a little bit more. Let's switch sides. Go to the other side. Good stretch on that leg. Good stretch on that leg. Yep. Getting it well stretched. Well stretched. I'm going to bring you back up here to finish off a little bit. So I'm going to take this hand up and over like this and stretch it back this way. Get a little, I know we've been using our arms as we're walking. We do want to get the stretching going on there. Pushing that arm back as far as we can. Good push. Good push. Letting that muscle get all undone for us. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. Let it go. Other hand, push it back. Push it back good. Get it back there as far as you can. Good stretch in that arm. Excellent. You're doing fantastic. I'm so proud of you for how you're doing this. This is doing you a lot of good. I'm glad to see it. Okay, take that arm around, grab it, pull it over. So I'm grabbing the wrist, as you can see, pulling it over the other way. Standing up straight, pulling that arm over the other way. Good pull, good pull. Getting it stretched out, stretched out. Switch arms, pull the other one over the other way. We're doing great. We're doing great. Okay, before I go into this last stretch, it's going to be our bend over and let our back open up. We're going to end with that one. When you finish with it, bring yourself up slow. Don't come up fast. This has been 12 weeks to Heartiness. Week 8. This has been our cardiovascular day for Tuesday. Thanks for being part of this. We'll see you tomorrow.